So, this is a story I never thought I'd share. It still feels surreal, like a bad dream you can't wake up from. But here I am, posting it. It's about betrayal, heartbreak, and yes, revenge, just not the kind you might expect. If you've got the time, buckle up. This is a long one. It all started with subtle shifts. My wife Lisa and I had been married for almost 8 years. We were that couple people would call perfect. I know that sounds cliche, but we had built a life that many envied. A cozy house, decent jobs, two dogs, and plans for a future that involved traveling, kids, and a life full of adventures. Lisa was my high school sweetheart. We had been through everything together: college, first jobs, financial struggles, and came out stronger for it. Or so I thought. The first red flag appeared when she started staying late at work more often. She worked in marketing, and it wasn't uncommon for her to have client meetings or deadlines that required her to stay a few extra hours. But something felt off. I couldn't put my finger on it at first. I chalked it up to paranoia, that ugly little voice in my head whispering insecurities, but it didn't go away. Then there were the little things. She'd laugh at her phone more than usual, and whenever I'd walk by, she'd quickly lock it. I brushed it off because, hey, everyone needs their privacy, right? But the gut feeling didn't fade. It got worse. I started noticing how she dressed up more often, doing her makeup, wearing outfits that she'd usually reserve for date nights. But those date nights weren't with me. I asked her about it once, casually, not trying to seem accusatory. She just shrugged it off, said she was trying to keep up appearances at work. You know how it is, she'd said with a dismissive smile. But I didn't know how it was. I didn't know how it felt to have your entire world crumble without even realizing it. It was a Friday night when things finally hit the fan. Lisa was predictably working late. I was home alone, feeding our dogs and scrolling through Netflix for something to kill time. Out of nowhere, my phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. Check your wife's messages, with a guy named Trevor. I stared at the text for a good minute, my heart pounding in my chest. Who the hell was this? Was this some sick joke? Before I could respond, a second message appeared. Trust me, I don't know what compelled me to listen. Maybe it was the mounting suspicion, or maybe it was the sheer curiosity that gnawed at me. But I picked up Lisa's iPad, which was connected to her phone. We had never kept secrets from each other before, at least that's what I had believed. I opened her messages, and there it was, a conversation with someone named Trevor. At first, it seemed innocent enough, just some back and forth work-related talk. But as I scrolled further, I felt my blood run cold. The messages turned flirty, suggestive, then outright explicit. There were pictures, two ones I had never seen before. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to break the iPad, but I couldn't stop scrolling, as if I needed to punish myself by seeing everything. And I did. I saw everything. She came home that night, late, as usual. I didn't confront her right away. I couldn't. I sat on the couch pretending to watch TV, trying to wrap my head around the situation. My mind was racing, my heart pounding. What the hell was I supposed to do? When she walked in, all smiles, I felt a wave of anger like I'd never felt before. But I held it in. I needed time to think. So I waited. Days passed. I watched her closely, noting every lie, every excuse. I collected evidence, screenshots, timestamps, photos. I even found out who Trevor was: a co-worker of hers. They'd been sneaking around for months. But here's the thing. I wasn't going to let her ruin me. I wasn't going to confront her in a rage or blow up our life in a moment of fury. No, I had a different plan. About a month later, Lisa's birthday was coming up. She'd been planning a big party with friends and family, something extravagant because she always loved being the center of attention. And I played along. I acted like the loving husband, helped with the planning, and made sure everything was perfect. On the day of her birthday, I told her I had a special surprise for her. I could see the excitement in her eyes. She thought I was going to spoil her, shower her with gifts. In a way, I was. The party was in full swing when I stood up to make a toast. Everyone was there: her parents, her friends, even a few of our mutual friends from work. I raised my glass and smiled. To my beautiful wife, I began, looking right into her eyes, the love of my life, my partner, and the person I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with. She blushed, looking around at everyone, soaking in the attention. She had no idea what was coming. But I continued, my tone shifting. I've recently learned that trust can be broken, that love can be betrayed. And it's not something I can stay quiet about any longer. I saw her smile falter, confusion crossing her face. I pulled out my phone, connected it to the speaker, and played the recordings. The recordings of her and Trevor messages, voice notes, everything. The room fell silent. Lisa's face turned pale. She tried to say something, but I cut her off. You've been lying to me. To all of us, I said, my voice steady but full of anger. You've been cheating on me for months, and I've been quietly gathering evidence. I didn't want to believe it, but here we are. The room erupted into chaos. Her friends were whispering, her parents were in shock, and Lisa, she was speechless, her eyes wide with horror. I walked out, leaving her there to face the consequences of her actions. The divorce was messy, as you can imagine. She begged for forgiveness, tried to explain it away as just a mistake, but I wasn't having it. I'd already mentally checked out. I filed for divorce, got the house, the dogs, and moved on with my life. But here's the thing about revenge. It never comes when you expect it. It doesn't have to be a grand, calculated move. Sometimes it's just about letting the truth come out in the most public way possible and watching as the person who hurt you falls apart. Lisa lost everything that day. Not just me, but her friends, her reputation, her sense of control. And I didn't have to lift a finger to destroy her. She did it all on her own. Now I'm in a better place. I've moved on, found someone who actually values loyalty and honesty. As for Lisa, well, last I heard, Trevor left her too. I guess karma really is a beach. I know this story might sound extreme, but sometimes the best revenge is just letting the truth speak for itself. Thank you for watching this incredible story till the end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future episodes. What do you think? Did the main character handle the situation the right way by exposing his wife like that? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions. See you in the next video on Story Voyage.